I'm Jake. I'm in the transitional year program here at Sanford School of Medicine. And it's about 7 o'clock, and I'm on a rotation, the internal medicine rotation, team rotation here at McKinnon Hospital. And I'm going to be meeting with the other physicians, the other residents, and then I'm going to go see my patients, and then we're going to round as a team a little bit later this morning.
I'm Dr. Eric Mawson. I'm a third-year resident here at USD Internal Medicine. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and I'm getting ready to walk into Sanford Hospital to start my day. I'm probably going to head up and grab something to eat, grab a cup of coffee, and then get going after that.
I'm Kevin Tyler. I'm a third-year resident in the Sanford Pathology program, and currently we're in the histology lab. Initially, when we start out our presidency, we spend quite a bit of time in here performing gross description on specimens.
I'm Nicole Christensen.
I'm Sean Van Gerpen.
Typically in the morning when we come in between 8:30, we get ready by looking at our patients' charts, talking with nursing staff to see how things went overnight.
My name is Hope Cleland. I just started at the Sanford School of Medicine, internal medicine residency, and doing great. Actually, I like the commute because it gives me, since I just kind of roll out of bed and go, it gives me time to listen to some music and kind of get inspired for the day, because I listen to some really good music that kind of gets me going. It's a straight shot off the highway to where I'm going for primary care clinic, and it's about 10 minutes, no traffic. You gotta love that.
I live on the west side of town, and it takes me approximately 12 to 15 minutes most days to get to work, and then we can park in the underground parking here at the hospital.
We meet as a team. This here's the doctor's lounge where we meet every morning, discuss all the patients, and then I go see all my patients, and then we round as a team, and then we make a plan of care for each patient.
Right now I'm sitting in the physician's lounge. Typically I run into him up here, and he kind of gives me just a quick hello and what's going on, if anything new with the patients. And we actually see him separately, and I do all the notes and orders, and then I'll go and run it by him over at his office and just kind of give him a heads up on what's going on and any questions that I have.
A resident would spend approximately 6-7 hours in here per day for the 6 months that they're scheduled in here, forming up the surgical specimens that come down during the day during that time.
You spend a certain amount of time in the hospital setting. During that time, you're pretty much, your requirements are and your responsibilities are directly in the hospital, so you're not running from inpatient to outpatient clinics. They try to keep you focused in one area so you can get a good experience.
What we do is usually have a team meeting. We always go through the charts and see what's going on.
This is the VA hospital, and we spend quite a bit of time over here.
I'm working at 3 different hospitals. One is the VA, and that is its own separate entity where I'll get an experience, and Sanford and McKinnon. I mean, they're 3 different hospitals, 3 different experiences, and I feel after that I will be able to pretty much go anywhere and be able to just pick the ball up and run.
We just finished the morning report. We're going to go up to the radiology department. Once a week we have any x-rays that we can't figure out, then we go meet with the experts, the radiologists, and they help us with that. So we'll head up there.
In this lab, we see a broad and varied variety of specimens from surgery. This is a single polypoid fragment of tissue. If we have a real difficult case, or a case we don't know exactly what to do with the specimen to make sure that we get the best quality, we'll call in a staff pathologist, and they'll come in and walk us through with what they feel is important sections to take or important features to describe in order to get the best quality out of our specimens.
We're on morning rounds here today. We have a clinic physician as well as the other residents, and we're just going to see a patient here in the room, evaluate him, and then come back out and reconvene and talk again. Right now, this is the resident that's in charge of this patient, so they're just talking with the attending physician as well as the pharmacist and the nurses, and seeing what she needs to make changes to. The patient's probably going to go home pretty soon.
I felt very comfortable caring for patients after my first year of residency. Not in all cases and all circumstances, and I was very glad to still have a supervisor and attending with me, but you really do feel pretty comfortable by the time you move into your second year.
Faculty are great here. I've never had a problem with them. Very approachable. They're hardworking, and the attending physicians are just great, and really take the time to teach.
The main reason that I ended up coming here, I like the atmosphere, I like the faculty that I've met, the other faculty that I have worked with in the hospital and doing rotations here. I always felt very comfortable. I always felt like I was part of the team, and I always felt like they were very interested in my medical knowledge.
I think the one-on-one with the staff is really beneficial.
I think that one of the big differences between the pathology residency program here at the University of South Dakota and at Sanford Health Center is that the residents interact principally with experienced staff pathologists rather than the younger residents interacting with senior residents.
I think we get along pretty well with most of the attendings here. Everybody I've ever worked with here, as a matter of fact, is quite personable. And Dr. Larson and Wilde are kind of nice too, in that they both went through residency here, and a little bit younger, so they kind of remember a little bit of what it's like.
We get residents from our own medical school that come through here, and they welcome to start the program here, and they love it. A lot of us know each other, but we also get a lot of residents from other parts of the nation, and the camaraderie is great. We do a lot of residency activities together, barbecues, and just get-togethers, noon conferences every day. Of course, we see each other and enjoy time together. Every day we have a noon conference where we have lectures, and all of us are required to go to those. And those are all within the city here, usually at the medical school, and it's not a problem to get to those, and plenty of time to get there. Lunch is provided by the residency program, and so we usually eat and listen to lectures.
About 10 after 12, and we're just getting ready to start our daily noon conference, something that we have every single day. And most notably, it's another chance to grab some of this free food.
Free food.
Free food, which is something you get at every program.
There's a wide variety. There's usually 2 entrees.
They have soda, coffee, tea,
Salad bar, food.
I find myself up here usually a good 4 times a day grabbing a snack.
You can make sandwiches.
Pretty much whatever grabs you.
I don't think any of the residents here are too worried about the board exams coming up. We have plenty of time to study, and there's plenty of lectures that we have. We have grand rounds at least once a week, and teaching rounds every day, and so they prepare us well for the board exams.
We both are taking boards shortly. They do a nice job individually teaching things such as psychopharmacology or diagnosis or how to examine. So I feel like we get a good educational prep for that. Plus, eventually as you learn more, you get much more freedom and much more confidence to do things. And I feel like we're well prepared to go take our boards.
On top of that, we actually have time to study, which I don't think is something you see in every program. I'm home at 5. Unless I'm on call, there's really no reason I can't have a few hours, after I get done with work to go home and study. The weekends are usually free.
We've had a 100% pass rate for at least 10 to 15 years, and probably further back than that. Our residents actually tend to score above the national average, and not just a little bit. Usually well above the national average on the board tests.
And we have the, 2 health systems, and Sanford has a lot of pediatric, and they have their specialties there, but then over here at Avera, the top-notch facilities and physicians, and so just within the whole community, it's just remarkable. Everybody has their own little niche, and you can't ask for anything more.
Every specialty in medicine is in fact covered here. I can't think of anything that I've ever had to send a patient out for.
Of the programs I looked at, this program was the highest salary and the best benefits.
I feel that our salary and benefit package here is outstanding compared to a lot of other areas in the country.
The health care, the dental, the vision, insurance is all included.
I had coworkers that went out of state and were getting paid less than we get paid, plus having income tax. Where South Dakota has no income tax, the cost of living is very reasonable, and I find that what I make salary-wise is plenty to live a very comfortable life.
I think there's a lot left over, to do those fun things. Sioux Falls isn't a real expensive place to live in as far as activities. We have tons of things to do in town, but nothing's overpriced. The salary we make here is definitely enough to allow you to have that extra hobby life.
There's a little park about 20 miles out of town called the Palisades. They have 50 to 150 foot rock climbing walls, just kind of landed in the middle of the prairie. I've gone out there a number of times with my friend. It's great fun, great exercise. A lot of nice camping areas around here.
Anything you do for outdoors is found in South Dakota. It's just a great place for that.
Cross-country skiing during the winter.
Snow skiing just a few miles down the road.
A lot of great summer activities around here.
We have canoeing, we have kayaking.
We go kayaking on the Missouri River from time to time, and that's a lot of fun.
Around the city there's a bike trail that's one giant loop that's about 20 miles long and goes downtown, around by the airport, and comes back, and it comes right by this area. Really pretty active. A lot of people on it running and biking, jogging, rollerblading, all kinds of things you can do. This is Sertoma Park. This is one of the parks. It's really oriented towards kids. They have a really nice play area, especially little ones like this. And there's parks all over town. They have a really great park system. The Falls Park downtown is the namesake of the city. Has a really nice light show all summer long in the evenings. So there's a lot of things as far as parks within the city to do.
We do a lot of outdoor stuff. There's a lot of state parks around here, and we do a lot of hiking and just walking in the trails.
We have a boat that we sometimes take out. There's several lakes around the area, several hundred restaurants around town, and we eat out quite a bit. So.
Like the food, like the restaurants. There's a lot of variety because I'm a foodie. Like to eat.
Lots of kid stuff to do. We have a pavilion here that has the symphony orchestra and a big science museum for kids to learn from.
Even if I want to just drop things and go to a movie or go to a show, we have the Washington Pavilion, and they bring in a lot of big national acts and plays, and so there's always an opportunity to go to something like that as well.
The other nice thing down here, it does have a nice nightlife. You will find anywhere from Irish pubs to nice sit-down places, martinis. You can kind of do the whole thing down here, and the nice thing is it's all within walking distance. There is one drawback, and that's that you have to pay for the food down here. However, the residency covers the drinks most of the time. No, I'm kidding.
The important thing to me is that the people and their values and just how nice they are is the same. So that's a big part of what led me here.
It's just a great community to start a family, to work, and to live. Just the people. You can't trade that for anything in the country. It's just great people in this community. So.